So a star from The Office tries to call for unity, and the internet completely loses its mind. We're going to break down exactly what happened and, why it got so heated. If that's what you're here for, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button and let's jump in. Okay, so this story is wild. It's got a beloved TV star, a really shocking political event, and this huge debate that honestly gets to the core of a massive question, which is, how are we even supposed to talk to each other anymore? All right, so to really get what Rainn Wilson was trying to do, we have to rewind a little and look at the event that basically set this whole thing off. It was a political earthquake. So the person at the heart of all this is Charlie Kirk. He was a 31-year-old conservative influencer, you've probably heard of him, known for some pretty provocative takes, and had a huge following online. And then he was assassinated. And look, this wasn't just a news story. It was like a bomb going off in the political world. It just cranked the temperature up on a conversation that was already, let's be honest, boiling over. So you've got this absolute firestorm of grief and anger, and right into the middle of it walks this super famous actor who decided, you know what? I've got to say something. And that brings us to the man of the hour, Rainn Wilson, and the Instagram video that kicked this whole thing into high gear. Yeah, that Rainn Wilson. You know him, I know him. He's Dwight Schrute, the eccentric beet farmer, assistant to the regional manager. But what he had to say here was absolutely 100% not a joke. So he gets on Instagram and he starts his video. And he doesn't jump into politics. First thing he does is offer his condolences directly to Kirk's family. He really focused on the human side of the tragedy. Then he went on to say he thought Kirk was courageous. Specifically, he pointed out that Kirk wasn't afraid to go into what he called hostile environments to debate and get his perspective out there. And this is really the heart of his message. He's saying, hey, let's not use this terrible event to build even higher walls. Let's try to build some bridges of love and unity instead. Basically, his whole point boiled down to this. Yeah, we have wildly different ideas about where we should be going, but the goal shouldn't be to shut each other down. We just need to learn how to disagree better. But yeah, that call for unity, it did not land well with everyone. In fact, the backlash was fast and it was intense because a lot of people just did not agree with how he was framing this. And this really gets to the core of the problem. On one hand, you have Wilson's view. Hey, we're just two groups with different ideas on how to make things better. But his critics, they saw something way more dangerous. The main argument against him was basically this. What Charlie Kirk was saying wasn't just a difference of opinion. For a lot of people, it crossed the line into hate speech, stuff that denied certain people's right to even exist. And the argument is, you can't just build a bridge to that. Now, it wasn't all negative. His co-star from The Office, Kate Flannery, Meredith, she actually jumped into the comments to support him. Her point was pretty straightforward. Everyone has the right to express themselves and, crucially, to be safe and stay alive. Everyone. So this whole thing, right, the plea, the backlash, it all just leaves us with this massive, unresolved question that's right at the center of how we talk to each other today. After all the yelling and the finger-pointing, and even the calls for peace, we're still stuck wrestling with the exact same challenge that Rainn Wilson put out there at the end of his video. And that's the big question, isn't it? Where is that line? How do you disagree better with someone when you feel their ideas are genuinely dangerous? How do we find that compassion he's talking about without, sacrificing justice? Man, there are no easy answers. I really want to know what you think. Drop it in the comments below. And hey, if you want more explainers that dig into these tough conversations, do me a favor. Hit that like button and subscribe. We'll see you for the next one.